You say you want to lead your family, build your business, and stay fit, but how do you start your day? Because how you start your day is how the rest of your day will go. And because the man you want to be, he shows up early and he gets his day started. Welcome to the Fit Fatherhood Podcast. It's Tuesday night. I am your host, Zach Bush, along with my co-host here, 𝐸𝐭𝐚𝐫𝐭𝐬. Nathaniel, how are we doing tonight?
I'm doing very well, man. This is something that I am constantly toying with. I know maybe that's not the best thing, but it seems like every week I'm like, oh, should I wake up a little bit earlier and be able to get more done? And so this is something that's a little near and dear to my heart, that this is setting you up for success. It's priming you for the day. And while my morning routine consists of a lot of different things and work before the kids wake up, getting some work in is part of that. It doesn't have to be a huge, long process. It's just got to be something that invigorates you. And I don't want to go too far into this at the moment, but a little kind of teaser is that it doesn't have to be super long. Like we see these miracle mornings on, social media, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, where it's like a 3-hour drawn out process, and there's cold plunges and stretching and workouts and tea and another cold plunge, maybe a sauna. That's ridiculous for most of us. That's ridiculous for the busy dad who's going out and is maybe running a business, going to a W-2, shuttling the kids around to different activities, school, soccer, baseball, ballet, whatever that may be, and still want to have time for their spouse and themselves a little bit as well. So that 3-hour morning routine is kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, it's funny.
But it is this.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Miracle morning is that's kind of how I started my morning routine. I don't have a really. It's evolved a lot over the past 3 years. I'd say it was when I first started intentionally getting up earlier than I needed to. Before I would just sleep in until it was like, all right, roll out of bed, put my clothes, shower, put my clothes on for work, and basically just eat breakfast and go. I was the half hour get up, or the half hour get ready and leave for work was literally right after I woke up. So I slowly started changing that. I started adding in the miracle morning stuff. I did do that, and you're right, it is super long, or can be. And so I played around doing that, and it was nice. It got me up, it got me moving, got me doing some different things. Some things I liked, some things I didn't like. Started making the things that I liked longer, and the things I didn't like shorter, or getting rid of them altogether. And it's been a long process to kind of get where it is now. And even now it still kind of has changed over the past few months, and it's been consistent for a little while, but it's just kind of figuring that out, but getting started with it. And I think getting up a little bit earlier than you're used to will get you moving and get your day moving in the right direction. So I agree. It does not need to be this crazy long, ridiculous thing that kind of distracts you from doing the things that might actually be productive. But really just getting up a little bit earlier and being intentional with that time, especially a lot of dads, talking to dads. So, that's your time to get to yourself. And that's the time that I take for myself, going to the gym and, a little journaling in, a little reading in, stuff like that, where it's going to be uninterrupted time to kind of just get the day moving. That doesn't require a ton of effort. So I definitely think that it's good to do that. And it really just helps kind of charge you, get your day charged and moving as you go, because there's lots of things that can start getting you distracted in the morning. Like a lot of times you roll over and you're on your phone and you're scrolling, and then what do? You're already immediately detaching yourself from your life and sucking yourself into somebody's life. And most of the time, social media, news, all that stuff is not super positive. So you're starting your off day in a negative way rather than kind of being introspective, which is what I like to do in the morning, and build that day from introspective, but also positive as well.
So much here to unpack on what you said. On the last point, it's not just that a lot of the social media is negative. We get the news, which is mostly negative, of course. That's what sells. So the news feeds us what sells, and that's negative. But it's also looking at other people's lives in a very pure, or unpure focused lens on just the highlights of them, and that can lead to jealousy. But it's what it really kind of, for me, is it's unintentional. It's just you're getting up and you're just letting the the day, the world happen to you instead of being very intentional with it. And you're setting yourself up for unintentionality the rest of the day. When we wake up first thing in the morning and we're very intentional with what we do, whether that be 15 minutes of journaling and then you do your scrolling and get your coffee and get out the door, or it's more of an hour and a half kind of routine where you're going to get up and read and do a little exercise and shower, whatever that may be, you've been intentional about it and you've set that intentions the night before. It's like, this is what my day looks like. And so we talk about a lot of woo-woo kind of things on here, but you're telling yourself that the rest of the day, I'm going to be intentional. When you wake up and you just get scrolling right away, or you're in a rush because you have to leave the house by 7 and you didn't wake up until 6:45, and all you could do was get your clothes on, get your coffee, and find your car keys that you misplaced from the night before, you're setting yourself up for chaos the rest of the day of being behind, feeling rushed. And so really being intentional with what that morning routine looks like. And it doesn't have to be a hour-long thing. It's set in stone where this is what I'm going to do when I wake up. This is what my day looks like. I'm proving to myself, I'm proving to my mind, I'm proving to my subconscious that I know what I'm doing. This is who I am now. And I get up at 4:45. I think you get up at 4:30, but it doesn't have to be that. I do that because that's what is the best for my life. I'm in bed by 9. That's what that means for me. I don't stay up later because I'm up, right? So you're either getting up in the morning with this identity, or you're allowing the world to just kind of chip away at you. And I want to be as intentional as I can be. We're intentional with the podcast. We're intentional with our family time. I have certain things that are time blocked on my on my calendar that is like, this is hanging out with the kids, this is hanging out with Brittany, because I want to be intentional in the other aspects as well. You don't have to feel rushed in the morning, I guess, is what my long-winded way of saying all this is. I personally notice such a huge difference when, hey, in the chat, by the way, I'm just rambling over here. On the days that I wake up late, I feel that rush. And it's even on a Sunday when you shouldn't feel rushed, you should just feel relaxed all day. But I feel like, man, I didn't get my this or that in. Sorry, I got distracted. A little guy. Oh man, yeah, that train has left the station now. Ashton got me. He's so darn cute. He's figured out how to get into the room. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to try to continue going. I'm going to get back on track. So, like I said, it doesn't have to be big, but you've got to figure out what works for you. Do you want to get up and do a little walk in the morning? Do you want to get up and do a little journaling in the morning? Do you want to read? Or do you want to meditate? Part of what we do in our coaching with our clients is help to figure those things out. We go through value-based exercises, figuring out what your values are, and helping you create a morning that sets you up for success the rest of the day. We don't want to be that person that just is getting up and rushing out the door. So we do have, okay, yeah, do you want to chime in before I get to I do have like a 15-minute thing that I would go through, but I know you can.
Yeah. I think when you mentioned intentionality and deciding what that thing is going to do, and starting with really just one thing. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. It doesn't have to cause you to get up early, right? Just building that consistency. So picking that one thing that you're going to do, picking it before you get up, not be like, hey, I usually get up at 7. This time I'm going to get up at 6:30, and then I'm going to figure out what to do. Having a little bit of a plan and deciding what that thing's going to be, and then getting whatever, if anything, you need the night before will help too. So I get up and go to the gym first thing. Every night I'm getting my protein ready, my clothes are set out, and everything is ready to go. So I can get up and not have to have extra steps, and it makes it easier. Now that I changed my routine. I didn't used to go in the morning. It took me a little while to get into that. So it made it easier to get up, especially in the wintertime when it's dark and cold and I don't want to do it. So just lower the resistance, lower the friction that it's going to take to make that change, because it will be a change. Even if it's only 15 or 20 minutes difference earlier, you want to make that as easy as possible, because it will be still hard in the beginning. So being intentional with what you're going to do specifically in the morning, and then do what you can to help set yourself up to make that new change easier. And that goes with not only morning routine, but things in general, any new thing in general.
Yeah. I mean, if you followed us for any time, what I'm about to say will not be new to you. If this is your first time here, welcome to the first time you're going to hear this over many times. But we have this thing called decision fatigue, and making decisions throughout the day. I forget what the number was, like 50,000 decisions, right? We talked about this maybe even just last week. They become harder and harder as the day goes on. So by taking some of these decisions out the night before, like, this is just what my morning looks like. I love that you set your clothes out. You've already gone, this is what I do in the morning. I don't even have to think about it. I can grab my bag and go. It's kind of like meal planning, meal prepping in a sense, where if we have food prepped already for us at lunchtime, we can't go make a bad decision. I mean, we could, I guess, and go, I'll just eat that tomorrow. But it's already prepped. It's already ready for us to go. I can just eat the food. The clothes are already laid out. I've taken one step out of this, right? And it's the same thing with the actual workouts too. I would imagine, well, you're doing CrossFit workouts. So do you know what workout you're doing the night before?
Yeah,
already, or do you get?
So yeah,
yeah,
so
it's already.
And that's what I would do.
Yeah.
Like, hey, like if I wasn't doing that, I would need to have a very strict plan. Like, I'm about to train for a half Ironman in September, so like I have a full plan on this is what I'm doing each day, because if I have to think about it, I am not doing it. I have no motivation.
Yeah, it's not happening.
So and that reminds me of the James Clear quote in Atomic Habits, where it's, you don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. So the systems are having those things ready to go and in place. And what do I need to do for the night before going to the gym in the morning? Or if I'm going to journal or meditate, like, do I have a meditation pick out? Like, what systems do I have in place? Meal prepping. Like, I have a system for my meal prep where I just do the same thing every day. And when I don't feel like doing it, it's just like, I don't know, it's just the system. I can fall to that. I can lean on that rather than trying to build that motivation.
Yeah. And so if you're not doing CrossFit, you want to have this planned ahead. Like, I'm not just going to the gym. I'm going to the gym. I'm going to do chest. These are the workouts they're going to do. I'm going to be there for 37 minutes, whatever. I'm just being very specific, but you don't have to be that specific, but you know what you're doing ahead of time. That way you don't just get to the gym and go, maybe I'll do some bench press. Oh, look, the squat rack's open. I'll go do some squats today. No, I'm going there with intention. You're setting yourself up for the rest of the day. So I did come up with a little 15-minute morning routine that you can try. So like Zach said, if you normally get up at 7, try just getting up at 6:45 or 6:30 tomorrow. If you're normally getting up at 6, just adjust your time accordingly. And just try this for a week. Maybe you try it for 3 days and you pick one of these couple things that you really like out of it, and you just do that for the full 15 minutes. Or maybe you end up iterating it, and I really like this aspect of it, but I wish it was a little bit longer. And so you make it a 20-minute routine. So the very first thing that we should be doing is drinking water. Let's get up and let's drink some water. Typically we want to drink, I really like drinking cold water first thing in the morning. It's not the best for our hydration, but that's just what I like. My mouth is dry. I'm a mouth wide open sleeper. I can't help it. There's nothing I can do about it. So I get up and I drink water. 8 to 12 ounces, just a glass of water. Let's get some water in us. Let's start getting some movement in. Maybe it's just walking around the house. Maybe it's doing some really easy jumping jacks, just something. 3 to 5 minutes. And then we're going to sit down and we're going to read whatever you would like to read. Maybe it's a sales book. Maybe it's a business book. Maybe it's a mindset book. Maybe it's the Bible, or something along those lines. And we're going to journal. How am I feeling this morning? How was I feeling last night when I went to bed? It doesn't really matter. There's some prompts that we can help you out with outside of this. What the heck? My Fathom just popped up. So if you're interested in some journaling prompts, reach out. We're just talking a few minutes of journaling here, a few minutes of reading, just to set ourselves up for success the rest of the day. And then we're going to do 3 to 5 minutes of meditation, breath work. Just sit with yourself, sit with your breath, and think about, I'm intentional with my day. Whatever your I am statements, if you're struggling with I am statements, go back a couple episodes. We talked about becoming the person that you want to become. So think these I am statements. Maybe that's what you're journaling, and then you're sitting there and really thinking on those and letting those sit with you. These are some of the things that I do, among many other things. I know that Zach does them as well. We did talk about planning it the night before. Maybe you get up, you drink your water, and you'd rather get the reading done first and then do your movement. As long as you're building it ahead of time and you're doing what works for you. This is a habit that we're building. It's a habit of intentionality. It's a habit of doing the same thing every single day and letting things iterate over time. If you just do it for one day and you give up on it, you haven't given yourself enough time to learn and to grow through this. So our challenge is this week, the rest of the week, or whenever you're watching this, show up as the person that you're becoming, the person that is taking care of himself so he can better take care of his family. Show up as a person that's present. Show up as a person that is intentional. First thing in the morning. That's when it starts. So do you have any closing words there, Zach? Or should we just start plugging stuff? No.
Yeah, no, that's what I was going to jump into. I mean, if you're going to start doing that, join our Fit Fatherhood Facebook group and let us know what you're going to start doing. And if you're not sure what to start with, then come in and say, hey, I want to do this. I'm not sure where to start or what to start with. Can somebody help me? And yes, we can. If it's not us two, which we definitely can, there's other people in the group that are talking a lot and helping each other out too, even on random topics. I'm having a baby in October, and I was like, hey, I need some name ideas. So people jumped in and commented on that. So it's just like anything you need help with. But specifically, come in, join that group. If you know what you're going to do or need some accountability, say what you're going to do for your new morning routine. If you need help, also come in and let us know. And if you need help in any other aspect, go back and listen to old ones. And either way, come and join the group because it's a great community that we have.
Yeah, and this is a absolutely shameless plug, is that we're launching a 5-week reset. This is going to be an aspect of it, is becoming intentional with your morning routines. We haven't picked a start date for this yet. It's going to be within the next couple weeks, but it's going to be literally resetting yourself, changing who you are down to the core. That way you can be better for yourself and for your family. If that's something that you're interested in, definitely, not only join the Facebook group, but reach out to us so you can learn more about that and what that's going to look like and how it's going to change and get you to where you want to go. Until next week, or we see you in the Facebook group. Later, guys.
0.